I know how to open the episode, by the way.
Okay, well, just remember we need a punch in the first 30 seconds or so.
Uh-huh.
Punch?
So that we can a punch line, David,
Wait.
please, so that we can go into the opening, the intro.
Can I snap?
What? That's good, but it's not really. That's not what I'm talking about.
David, you're so right. This soundtrack kind of going.
The soundtrack?
The title theme for the police story movie starring Jackie Chan.
Yeah. Man, we ain't got all day.
All right, I have a question, Declan.
Yeah. What's that?
You know those like key cards? You know those like you want to go up into a building or something and you have a card and you just like scan it.
Yeah, that's a weird way to introduce that. Do you know those key cards? But yeah, I know the concept of a key card. I played Metal Gear Solid.
You just have a card and like it's not the ones that you swipe. It's the ones that like you have and then you scan it on like a little like beeper machine thing. It's like
You tap
to
it.
the wall.
Like the Suica cards. You know the Suica cards?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. How does that work?
It's RFID.
Well,
Same explanation I gave. He was not satisfied.
RFID isn't that like a radio thing? Like so, like the like I don't understand what is in that card. Is there like a little chip? Is there a little chip or something?
Yeah, it's radio. It's radio.
Yeah, but is that chip just constantly sending out a radio signal in the card?
No, it's like, okay, so you know how the cops, they point the radar gun at you, it bounces back just the right way to tell you how fast you're going.
Yeah.
When you scan your card,
I know how to cheat those guns, by the way.
well, yeah, of course, you buy a jammer, and then they have the jammer jammers.
If you go fast enough, they can't detect you.
Oh,
So
that's pretty. What's how fast do you have to go?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, you don't even know. It's past the speedometers.
I just go as fast as I can the entire time.
I don't think that breaks I don't think that breaks the radar gun. I think the cop's just like, nah, fuck it. That guy probably knows what he's doing.
So what is in the cards that like makes the scanner pick it up? And can I reverse engineer a card to copy it and put it onto a new card?
It's probably encrypted in some way.
He's trying to get in some sort of Ocean's 11 style heist.
All I know is that if you don't want them if you don't want to be on the grid, you got to take the very back cover of your passport and smash it really hard with a hammer.
Really?
Yes, thanks, Jesse Ventura.
Thank you.
Where's my fucking
Legend.
passport?
Yeah, no, dude, you're being tracked. Fucking get it. What are you doing?
Within arm's reach, I should do this. That wasn't the bit.
Well, stop opening with things that aren't the fucking bit. God damn it. I don't want to end this. What's the matter with you?
That's a good bit in and of itself.
Yeah, I mean, there was some good stuff in there. Like, I don't see why that can't be the bit.
David and I have decided to start donating our plasma in order to eat barbecue.
Do they give you free barbecue when you donate?
No, but they give you $50, which you can then spend on barbecue.
Ethan, I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay, and that's hardly donating.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm gonna not spend that money on barbecue, and I'm gonna instead spend that money on a new PS4.
Why would you spend the money on barbecue? That's just making new blood. That's like an infinite energy machine. That's a waste.
Boom.
You're not.
Well, I'm getting the experience of eating the barbecue for free.
I mean, you could eat it. You would just be you wouldn't be losing that precious like energy, those calories from your body. You know.
Well, think about it's on the government's dime. You know, I'm getting it back. David, inside the past month, has purchased a PlayStation Vita and a PlayStation 3, and now he's going to buy a PlayStation 4.
And let me tell you, I've been fucking constantly on this Amazon order delivery tracking
Back
page.
away from the mic, please, David.
He's so loud.
Waiting for this Vita to be shipped. It says it's going to come on Monday, but I ordered 2-day shipping.
You
And
probably
it
ordered
shipped
the
on
last
Thursday.
Vita. They stopped manufacturing them like literally yesterday. I just saw that headline.
Yeah, I also saw that
joking.
on the Vita hacking subreddit.
Of course.
And
I'm sorry to hear. Are you buying this all with plasma money?
that's funny.
Is it?
I actually bought it with my own money, and
I mean,
I'm buying it in a firmware adaptable so I can get any game I want for free. Which I
don't
wouldn't
say
do,
that
of
out
course,
loud.
for
Yeah,
any
no.
government person who's listening.
I did that on my launch PS3 and it overheated, but I was playing
But
modded.
You're
modded-
joking, of course, because you wouldn't actually do that. You wouldn't pirate anything.
I just said I modded it. I didn't say I pirated it.
Okay.
But I
okay.
modded it to have zero gravity. You could do the mod where everything had negative friction. So I was playing that on my PS3. Could not handle it, as it turns out.
I also
If
modded
our-
my PS3.
Nice.
Our bureaucracy has gone to the point where people are listening to this podcast. That means we've gone way too far. We're living in a police state.
I was checking my podcast application on my phone, and our old feed for the old podcast just inexplicably got replaced by a self-help podcast by some guy named Chris. And I don't know,
Oh,
there was
no.
no explanation whatsoever. I just reset it and it went back to normal, but it was just like all of a sudden the Three Weebos was just some ridiculous, like, it's reinventing yourself with Chris fucking Lake Child or something.
Well, how's the new you?
I'm
I'm sure you used all of the advice given to you in the best of your ability.
yeah, no, fucking no, I can't say. I don't think
See,
there's
I was
any-
gonna say it was.
I don't know if I actually improved myself, to be honest. I think I might have just listened to a podcast.
That's usually how it goes.
That's a bummer. I really thought
I've listened to all these Joe Rogan podcasts, and I'm not speaking to international TMT beings yet. I don't know what the fucking what gives.
Yeah,
It's painful listening to this fucking dude rant on about these fucking Joe Rogan, Alex Jones podcasts.
Oh,
there's only like one. There's only like two. You
Yeah, yeah, but it's just constant.
I mean,
so
for
good.
like a day.
it's big news. It's like the election. Like the election happens, you're not gonna talk about it for at least an entire week.
I mean fuck elections. That's the greatest podcast episode of all time. I feel bad even making a podcast after that happened.
Should I,
I don't-
should I add Wawa on my Audacity settings?
No, don't touch anything. What are you,
Okay.
Wah wah. Yeah, we're starting this podcast an hour later than we usually do, folks. So I'm a few drinks in. I knew I would have to get pretty sauced to talk about this one. I don't know about you guys, but no
I'm a few
wah wah,
shooters in.
please.
I might take a break and then take a few more during this podcast.
Take a few. Wait, what are you doing? What are you up to?
I decided I didn't want to drink tonight, so David's showing off by drinking a lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll just like
In fact, I think right now is a good time. I'm going to go take a
He
break.
called
Just
me,
stunting
he called
on
me
you.
a pussy.
Can you hold on just 1 minute while I go take a shooter?
oh, of course. Take a
fuck
shooter.
All right,
Go, dude.
you guys.
Yeah, man. No problem.
The idea of trying to mock you by drinking a lot and then using all of the incorrect terminology for drinking. I'm gonna go take a shooter.
Oh, man.
Just using heroin terms for drinking. Dude, you want to shoot
Well,
up? I'm like, whoa, what the fuck?
Oh, God. I could hear him clinking around. Are you able to hear that?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Clinking around.
Yeah, what's going on with you?
I don't know. It's going.
You finished the Ace Combat?
No. I don't know. I need to figure out time management. And that's the podcast I really need to be listening to is time management.
What are you doing with your time?
I don't know, actually. I need to figure that out, and then I might be able to get to work on time and actually do the things I want to do.
Yeah, it's a lot of have you found yourself at your computer but looking on your phone?
Yes.
It's terrible, huh?
Yeah.
It's the worst. And then it's like 20 minutes. And it's something you could have been doing on your computer in a better way.
I'm back.
How was the drink, buddy?
I may have taken a few shooters.
That was like 30 seconds. I'm honestly impressed.
Quick fingers.
Old quick fingers, David.
Oh, man.
All right, so let's talk about this.
Oh, you're
let's
excited.
talk about this.
He's
anime.
animated.
I would love to. We decided.
Animated.
David, you're our guest, kind of, and
I'm an official host.
So we're all about pleasing you, and we know that you love series where the protagonist is extremely intelligent and competent and resourceful.
Yes. Yes.
So
and this anime was not fucking that.
The distance from the mic, please, David.
I mean, no distance is going to fix that. That's just screaming.
It is just kind of screaming.
Hello?
No.
Is that better?
That's not. No, you need to.
He's very upset.
Yeah,
Hello?
It's the podcast.
I
is
swear,
like you need
I
to
swear
build
15 minutes ago he was sober.
He took a bunch of shooters. Yeah, so we watched Tokyo Ghoul.
Yes.
Season 1. I did not tell you guys that there were 4 seasons of this show.
Boy, who could tell?
I mean, I kind of thought we could watch the first season and like there would be kind of an ending. I don't know. Whatever.
I think I got a good idea for what this show is, though. I think I'm able to make a ruling on the quality of Tokyo Ghoul as a whole.
I think you can form an opinion, but it's almost. What's that, David?
Personally,
yes.
I don't like the show.
Oh.
What you gotta?
But
Ooh.
I am so fucking excited to watch season 2.
All right. Interesting.
There you go.
It's almost the 5-year anniversary. 4.5, basically.
Oh, man.
2014. Can you believe it?
What's the which anniversary is that?
That's the
The 4.5 year anniversary.
4.5.
I believe that's the McDonald's anniversary.
That's pretty nice.
You go out, you get yourself some McGriddles.
McDonald's has only been out for 4.5 years.
It's crazy, right? That movie, the founder was really calling their shots. They're like, this business is gonna be important.
Is that movie just 2 hours of Michael Keaton just eating burgers? I hope
wish.
it was. Did you watch it?
No.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's just like a super generic.
Well, yeah, I know that. I was making a funny.
I believe it's on Netflix, which, by the way, we should mention our sponsors.
Brought to you by Netflix. Like, what? Podcasts are all like, here's this fucking weird hipster thing that lets you cook food. It would be like a podcast being sponsored by Coca-Cola. Like, that's the...
Well, I was gonna say we've got Coors.
Coors Light.
Coors Light.
Oh yeah.
Tom Ford.
Tom Ford.
Tom Ford is sponsoring us here.
Who's Tom Ford?
Tom Ford? It's a clothing brand.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was another Ford. Take a hint,
Which? There are a lot of Fords.
I guess, but you kind of when it comes to brands, there's kind of only the one, you know.
Ford Knight.
Gerald Ford.
It's not a brand. It's a man.
A man could be a brand. Look at Jordan.
I've discovered how to vape and not record my mic at the same time.
Have you really not been recording?
No. When I take a hit, I don't record the hit.
Oh, okay. You're able to. Pull
good.
your mouth away from the mic while you breathe.
Here's what it sounds like with the
While you
with
rip.
the vape.
Okay. Okay, now I was.
Yeah, I can see how they got.
I was able to hear that actually.
Yeah, it's good thing you don't record all this.
He's
several hundred of those.
yeah,
throughout
he's
the course
been
of an
doing
episode.
that every 5 seconds for the entire time we've been recording.
That's all of his inhales,
Yeah, yeah.
actually.
Fuck, I'm gonna pass out.
Oh
Okay.
God, yeah, careful man with those.
Good start to this one.
If I did that with oxygen, I would be in trouble inhaling for that long.
All right.
Show 2014.
2014. It's a manga by Mr. Sui Ishida.
Actually, I believe it's pronounced manga.
Thank you for that.
Yep.
Every episode.
There's been a bunch of different Tokyo Ghoul mangas and series because they're all called something different. There was Route A, and then there was Tokyo Ghoul.
Wait, are
And-
those like the same show?
There's sequels,
Route
but
A
they have
is a
different
sequel?
titles. Yeah.
Like a
Or it's a-
completely different show?
Or Route A might be a spin. Well, no, I think they're direct sequels.
Need a source on that.
A source. And yeah, the last one just ended last year. I don't know if there's going to be more, or it might have ended. I don't know. The overwhelming opinion, and we just watched this one, and it's but despite what you might have thought about this first season, the overwhelming opinion is that the following seasons of this television show are extraordinarily bad.
Oh no!
Oh, really?
And everyone who even loved the first season claims that the subsequent seasons basically take a huge nosedive.
Wow.
Comparative to this.
It's a shame.
Another thing I should mention is that this show is highly rated. People really like it. This first
They
one.
do, huh?
It has like an 8 on Mal. It's well regarded. Yeah, there's 4 seasons, I think. There's a bit of a reputation for being a little on the emo side, a little Tumblr, a little Hot Topic side of things.
Given the whole aesthetic of the, like, at least the art that, you promotional art that you'll see for it,
Given
posters and stuff.
the memes I've been posting on our Twitter account for the past 2 weeks. I have more of those. I'm going to post one right now.
Oh, gosh.
I found a Pinterest page, and I collected all of those in like 5 seconds, and I've been posting them for 2 weeks. There are so many. Those are like all from like one person. There's so
Send
many
this
of
to
those.
David as well, so that he can.
He could go to our fucking Twitter page. We need more people over there.
I've never seen Twitter.
What did you just post in Discord? I need to. Oh, well, that's one of the. Yeah.
What is?
Oh,
what
this is
the
just
Twitter.
That's
page?
the most. That's one of the most. Is twitter.com/gangstalking STOCKING. This is just the one. Yeah, this one's incredible. The one that just quotes the Star Wars prequels.
Yes. Seriously.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. And it's just that over the picture of the.
Must first destroy a world. Herman Hesse, Demian.
That's the most confusing one. That one doesn't make any sense. Dave's like, huh?
Yeah, they
this
kind of
makes a lot
omitted
sense.
omitted a part there, huh?
Is that really from Demian?
From what?
Have you read any Herman Hesse?
Fucking no. I told you I got it from Pinterest.
It's sad.
Yeah, it seems like most people's love or attachment to this show comes from like the last episode, because all of these pictures involve the events of the final of episode 12 of this one core series. But we watched the whole thing and not just episode 12.
Yes.
I mean, I guess I guess I'll just pick through what's going on here.
Let's do it.
The very first scene is a lady, and she's eating some people. Clearly, something's not right. And then this masked guy shows up, and they converse very dramatically. And then she seems to kind of get him, and that's the first scene. Very dark, very violent. And then
moody.
we cut to our protagonist is this guy, Kana something. Kaneki. I just call him MC for most of my notes. He's a normal college student. He's talking to his friend about a first date. This first scene here makes no sense because I'm being real here on this one. I told you I'm a few drinks in. I'm not cutting corners. I'm not skimming the pudding here.
Give me the straight dope.
They're talking about a first date, and it's completely unclear whether or not he has actually established a date, he's secured one, or if they're just talking about like a hypothetical first date. So it's a very confusing scene. Not that that's super important, but this is this is our introduction to the character, and I'm spending the entire time going, wait, did he ask the girl out, or is he talking about maybe asking the girl? I don't fucking know. But yeah, he's kind of a nerd. He wants to take her to the bookstore. And meanwhile, his friend is hitting on this waitress, who will be reintroduced to later. And then the girl they're talking about walks into this coffee shop there, and she's got the same book as him. And apparently that's how they hit it off. So they go on this date. Her name's Rize, Kamishiro Rize.
She's a woman, full bodied, and
she's like a woman, dude, like a woman, not like a girl,
like a lady.
Dude, like a woman.
Yeah, like you know how like we're guys, and
yeah, I know, like we're like fellas.
Yeah, she's not like us. She is.
I really like her purple hair.
There you go.
Damn straight. And she's acts all. There's all the first
I guess
scene,
it's more red hair.
Probably canonically it's like darkish, I don't think it's actually red.
Rize.
Have we established our main character's obsession with burgers yet?
Burgers?
He's got a thing for burgers in this first episode, which
wow, I don't remember that at all.
Is unfortunate.
What?
Unfortunate?
I like burgers.
No. Given his ultimate fate.
Wait a second.
Well, that's a bummer.
Is Rize connected to Toka? Are they family members?
No.
They both have purple hair.
Fucking goddamn. So she acts. So it's established by that first scene. There are ghouls around, and they're a problem. But people still kind of walk around. I don't know. He does live in a safe. The city's divided into sectors, and he's in sector 20 or something, or district. I forget what they call them.
Yeah,
it's supposedly pretty safe. And she acts like she's super scared of ghouls, which is clearly not true by the way she says it. But she has him walk her home. That's when she confesses to him that she really likes him, and then uses that moment of vulnerability to get a big chunk out of his kind of neck shoulder area, and a bunch more chunks following that.
Pretty damn hot.
Yep. That's why we got you here, buddy. You say what we're thinking.
I came at least twice.
It's kind of awkward.
It's like a 30-second scene, yeah, and you guys are watching it together. Damn. Your blanket hiding skills are better than Ethan's.
Afterwards. I didn't come
while
Ethan was in the room. I've done that before, but not while he was in the room. Okay.
I've done this before.
I've come before.
Careful, I've come before.
Okay, so he gets a chunk bit out of him, which we determined was hot, actually.
Oh, you both are in agreement. Okay.
I asked him if he was hot, and he agreed. He's like, of course it's hot, and I was inclined to agree in sort of like a weird, like fantasy way.
Maybe I'm a bit of a pussy, but like, I'm definitely into, like, I like the idea of biting, even as much, as to sort of draw a little bit of blood. But once you're like actually chomping, and like there's that noise that they play with the chomp, the chonk.
It seems like you might not be committed. It seems like you're.
I'm kind of on the fence about it. Yeah, I should really. Yeah, you're right. Stop being such a
pussy.
Yeah, I'm a big pussy.
Well, he's drinking, so he's not actually.
Oh, that's a self burn. It's brave.
Man. Ethan, you're a little bitch.
All right. So he runs away from her.
Yeah, but he's not very good at it.
No.
And she's eating him, and then gets crushed by a bunch of beams, steel beams, because they're in a kind of a construction site. In a way that's clearly someone did that. Yes. We don't know who. And he goes through this sort of introspective sequence where he's swimming, and he's hearing these voices that are clearly doctors, and we realize, oh boy, he's getting her organs because she died.
Oh yeah.
And that's when you know, he wakes up, we meet this doctor, and we think, okay, is this doctor evil or like retarded? Because he's like, yeah, we gave you some of these ghoul organs, and you're showing these symptoms where you can't eat people food, but I don't know, it's probably fine.
There's no way for the doctor to know whether he's a ghoul or not.
Really?
There's no way.
They established that human tools can't pierce ghoul's skin. How did they get the organs out of her?
She's dead.
So?
Yeah, maybe there's some sort of like self-protective mechanism that disables when you die.
Well, we find out later that the doctor's in on it with the big bad guy. I was playing you, and you failed the test.
Okay.
It's all right.
But
you're the biggest Tokyo Ghoul fan, Declan. You win. Congratulations, buddy.
I was just
he
guessing.
Understands the deep lore of the Tokyo Ghoul. Actually.
I'm such a fucking fag. I paid attention to the show. God damn it.
We paid attention to all of it. It's just a lot of time.
I was so into it. I was so into it for the first episode.
He was pretty into it.
I was. Oh my god.
We knew this one would get you.
I wanted to see the next few episodes, but it fucking blew at the end of it.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah,
right.
but watching this, it doesn't make any sense why the doctor's doing any of this. This is when I start to realize, now I get why girls love this. Because it's always the girls with the blood and the eating people and the serial killers and the psychopathy. That's all they like. I don't know what's wrong with them, but now I get it. You know, everything that's almost vampirism.
Yeah, I was definitely like, bitches are definitely into this show.
Oh my god,
like, it's
nothing but chomping and blood.
Yeah.
And this first episode is clearly rushed so they can get to the sort of climax, because they don't want to have a boring first episode. So it's extremely rushed. Like he's back from the hospital after like 2 minutes. And
after being impaled.
Yeah, and he can't eat any food. And he's fucking trying to shove food into his mouth, and it's just like, already in the first episode, it's just getting silly. Like these camera angles, it's so over dramatic, and he's squirting condiments into his mouth and like screaming and trying to eat them.
Oh, it's so good.
Spitting them out, and it's fucking ridiculous. He's a twisted fucking psychopath.
I was into it at this point because I'm like, this is so ridiculous. It's comically entertaining.
Yeah, it's just crossed the line into obnoxious for me. Like it couldn't hold itself back at all.
That's what I enjoyed about it. Like no restraint.
I can see that. Yeah. It's pure id. So he's walking through the city. I don't know what's going on. He meets another ghoul finally who's eating a guy, but then that ghoul gets decapped by a meaner, bigger ghoul. And he starts threatening our main character, and then the waitress shows up. She's also a ghoul, and then she wins and beats that guy and he leaves. And then he's been very hungry this whole time because he hasn't eaten in multiple days. So he's very conflicted about eating this dude. So she like.
Wow, that's actually that's a good way to lose a lot of weight. Actually,
he's not eating.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you.
A lot of people don't know that.
So she kind of like punches a piece of the dead guy into him. I don't know.
Is that her stinger to end the episode? Is her force feeding him?
I believe so. And you get the cut to black and then the swallowing sound, which also is the ending of the final episode. It's like pottery.
Spoiler.
Sorry.
So ridiculous.
Yeah, but then I don't even know if he actually eats it. Like they leave it. You'd think it would be important, like the moment he actually eats the human meat for the first time, but they don't ever like. He looks like he kind of spits it out, but you don't really know, and it's like you think they would kind of be clear about that. And this is when I started like, I get that they don't have to be hard and fast rules. Like I can suspend my disbelief, but like I kind of just wanted them to explain why he can't just eat like regular raw meat and stuff. Because it's like
vampirism stuff. Vampires can't eat, goats,
yeah, if there's like a mystical element to it where it's like, it has to be human because it's human, like whatever. But then they start to kind of introduce rules where it's like, well, you can drink coffee. And that's what made me start to want them to start getting autistic about the rules, like Death Note style, like start to really get into it, like what can he eat, what can't he eat. But it's just like, you can eat humans and coffee and that's it. It's like, why can't he eat other beans? Like, if he can drink coffee, that's kind of like beans. Can he eat other beans? But they don't really talk about it. It's more about killing people. I wanted the show to talk about bean eating.
You wanted deeper lore?
I just wanted it to be more autistic, like I said, I just wanted them to explain things instead of melodrama. And then guess what? After 24 minutes of nonstop screaming, after the credits, we get funny comic relief skits. That's great. I love those. After nothing but dudes squirting mayonnaise into his mouth.
It's a little bit of levity, man. Come on.
It sure is.
Those characters would look really good on a shirt.
I'm gonna buy
At my local Hot Topic.
I bet they got a lot of Redbubble material.
Oh, there you go.
Shh, Tokyo Ghoul shirts.
I want a mug.
Tokyo Ghoul mug.
Oh, of course, we got one that's it's the parody of the Starbucks logo, but it's the coffee shop.
Oh, well, I mean,
there you go.
That could be worse. Everything else is just his big S&M face.
That ridiculous mask.
Boy.
So, David, you were into it at this point.
Yeah.
You were feeling it.
I was definitely feeling it. It was pretty good at this point. I was really into it. It was good.
All right.
I was.
Are you okay?
He's frozen. Let's move on. Episode 2. I have written sicko mode. I don't remember who goes sicko mode, but our waitress just kind of beats him up a bit, and I wasn't 100% sure what this show was about before I started watching it. And I was kind of at this point hoping that there was a bit more to it, because it is basically the most generic concept ever. It's there's monsters and guy becomes half monster, half human. Mm-hmm. And it's like everything ever.
There's a point where he's like, I have to bridge between these two worlds because I can understand both of them.
Yeah.
Having walked in these shoes.
And I was thinking, like, boy, people really like this. I hope they add another dimension onto it.
Well, there's a coffee shop. That's a dimension.
That is something. I expected him to become a ghoul that only eats other ghouls, and that would have made me fucking lose it. But he does not. So, or at least not in this first season. I don't know.
I bet he eats other ghouls.
He's so sick and twisted by the end that he almost...
Oh, wait, yeah. The end of the last episode is literally him eating another ghoul. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was right.
There you go.
There you go. So the first, 85 minutes of this second episode are him. He's talking to this girl, and he keeps alternating between, insulting her and then begging her for help and then getting the shit beaten out of him by her.
Is this Toka?
Yeah, Toka is the waitress. That's
talk about an ideal relationship, huh?
God, I wish that was me.
I just downloaded a game called Please Bang My Wife. And it's a visual novel / sex game. I can't wait to play.
slash sex game. This one, this has got sex elements. Sex mechanics.
Light sex influences.
Sex. Analog sex controls.
I'm more into post-sex now.
What is that?
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I think that's isn't post-sex just like...
It's men going their own way, baby. I'm fucking... I
was going to say... Post-sex is like anarcho-syndicalism or some shit. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm officially black-pilled now, guys. This show has made me black-pilled.
Okay.
You're a cannibal now?
I ate the cannibal pill, yeah.
Took the cannibal pill. The cannibal pill is made of a dude's thumb.
What is the color of the cannibal pill?
It's like a like sort of a biley yellow, maybe.
The tan pill.
If you're
Flesh
under
pill.
if you're under 6'2", you should probably kill yourself.
It's 6, okay, and I'm 6 in the
It
morning.
keeps getting shorter every day.
6, 8.
It seems like the black pill height scale is a sliding scale.
It's not going to get any better. What's going on? Episode 2. He gets taken to this coffee shop, and the manager, the manager takes him there. Who's like this old guy, and he gives him some coffee. He can drink coffee.
Why can you drink coffee?
That's what I'm fucking saying, man. Like, the coffee beans are just seeds, okay? Couldn't you find some seeds that are more digestible with like the same makeup that you could just eat instead of people?
Yeah, like what is it about a coffee that makes it able to be digestible? Like there's tons of good coffee, but there's tons of good other stuff too. Like I don't totally get it.
David was very into the coffee aspect of this as well. When we were
breaks
watching this.
like that's what I'm saying.
There were some
breaks the
aspects
rules.
that Ethan just didn't understand about like certain pour overs and stuff. Like there's just ways to make coffee to make it taste better, and Ethan was just completely.
I'm like, oh, what do you mean? Does he just come out of a Folgers tin?
Yeah,
instant coffee.
He just doesn't understand how coffee works.
Come at me, bitch.
Pour over coffee is just so delicate. It takes time and patience to actually make it taste good. Ethan is just a fucking savage when it comes to actual coffee.
I'm like the Tokyo Ghoul. I've integrated both sides. I make pour over coffee. I grind my own beans, but I buy the Nestle instant. I buy the Taster's Choice.
Wait, you grind your own beans?
Yeah.
But you buy Nestle's?
He enjoys both. He likes both flavors.
I enjoy them.
Sometimes he wants to put a little bit of art into it, but sometimes he wants that convenience.
Sometimes I just want some hot water. I just mix a couple teaspoons of that Taster's Choice in there. You know.
I put iced coffee in the fridge a while ago. I wonder where that is.
It's probably in the fridge, man.
I should go drink.
You can go if you want.
Yeah, you should take some more shooters, dude.
Take a shoot of coffee at 11 p.m.
I think I'm good.
All right. I think I'm good, you guys.
So we're drinking coffee.
He's drinking coffee. Rize is like haunting him now because she's inside of him. And this
is the only sequence this early in the show that does this.
She does it a few times throughout the show, I feel like. But
I can only remember this and then the end.
I feel like he hears her a lot. I don't know. I don't remember what the context of this is, but there's just a lot of screaming. I guess you could just kind of say that about the whole show. There's a lot of screaming. And he meets back up with his friend, and they're hanging out. And I thought, because he's still very hungry, and I thought it's going to be a problem if he eats his friend because I'm not going to feel anything. And if that's like their idea of like a very powerful moment, I'm just going to be like, I don't know this guy. Like if he eats him, I'm just going to be like, okay, fucking whatever. His friend's name's Hide, and Hide, they don't even. I don't know if maybe they explain this, but Hide works with or like is roommates with the mean ghoul that he encountered in the previous episode that Toka defeated.
He is an upperclassman helping him with his schoolwork.
Thank you. See what we accomplish when we work together.
Yeah, I got all these intricate details down.
Figured this shit out.
I reclaimed the title. I am the Tokyo Ghoul nerd.
There you go. Yeah. So they're walking, all three of them together. It's very tense because two of them are ghouls who hate each other. And then there's probably a moment that's not supposed to be comedic, but that is, where they're just walking, and basically in like 1 or 2 frames of animation, this other mean ghoul kicks Hide half a football field, into like an underpass or something.
This whole sequence in most of the combat in this show in general is so extreme that I can't help but laugh while watching it. And that's something that I found a lot of entertainment value in, was how ridiculous, over the top, like people just get impaled like 100 times in a single fight. It's great.
And we're gonna come back to this. What's his name? Nishiki, the mean ghoul.
Yeah.
Nishiki takes an exponential amount more shit in this show He gets fucked up so many times. I feel like the author like based him on some dude who fucked his girlfriend or something. It's like every other episode, sometimes for even no reason, when he's not even involved in the plot anymore, he just gets fucked the fuck up, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, like he gets his face skin ripped off in his first fight and shit. Like, just exposed cheek.
The first scene, he already got beat up. He's about to get beat up here. So yeah, but right for now, he has the upper hand. He's mad at MC. So main character gets the shit beat out of him for a while. But then he grows some tentacles and gets him.
He pops that ghoul power.
Yeah, he gets it. And then someone decides to eat Hide. I think Nishiki does.
Yes. No. Kaneki decides it's time to eat him.
Oh, okay.
Because he's like being consumed by his hunger.
He can't hold it anymore. He can't control it.
Yeah.
But then Toka shows up. I don't know why she knew they were there. She just kind of shows up. I feel like that happens more than once. She just kind of shows up occasionally.
She's always in the background.
She's always just watching.
Rather than off doing her own thing, being an interesting character, she's just always around in service of saving Kaneki's ass and shit.
I mean, she's kind of hot. I don't know.
She is kind of hot.
Thank you.
She's not as hot as fucking Hidene, whatever the fuck her name is.
How about Rize?
Hadouken.
I love Hadouken's so hot, man.
Not as hot as Havanagila.
Fucking girl who wants to learn the language.
The language of sex.
You've lost me entirely, David. Oh shit!
But Toka shows up, and then main character wakes up again. The manager suggests he join this coffee shop front for a peaceful ghoul organization called Anteku that Toka is also a part of. And then this episode ends with two guys talking about Rize's fight, one of the very first scene in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them finds like this wrench plier thing that she threw from the guy she was fighting, and that's a piece of evidence or something.
These characters are going to be in quite like half the show at the minimum. Like one of them is borderline a second main character for a bit.
Yep.
And the other one's like a crazy science man, like a mad scientist.
Well, I mean, he doesn't do science, but he sort of has that Igor vibe. I call him I call him Igor. I call the other one Clark because he just reminded me of Clark Kent because he's so plain looking, I guess.
Yes, he's plain looking and also has nothing going on. There's not like his entire character is built around this other Igor dude.
Yeah, just sort of being in the shadow of Igor guy. Those are our anti-ghoul forces, Clark and Igor, that we'll learn about later. But episode 3 here. So the first guy that Rize was fighting, who I call Finger Crack Guy because he's this huge guy who's always cracking his fingers. That's his evil villain tick.
That would be Jason.
His name is Jason.
Yes, because these guys got the hockey mask and everything.
He does wear a similar mask. It's true. He shows up at this doctor's office and he asks for a new wrench thing because he lost the first one. He lost one in that first fight. And then main character's hanging out at this coffee shop. He's making coffee. A lady and this young girl show up to stay at the shop, and we don't really know who they are. And then we are shown this sort of huge underground.
My phone started fucking making noises at me.
Jesus, man.
Oh, God.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Oh, caught me off guard.
This huge underground anti-ghoul war room, which is very silly. And it's the CCG. They're the anti-ghoul police force. And because they're hunting down the ghouls because the ghouls are stealing all their booster packs.
All their booster packs?
Get it, CCG?
Oh my god.
I don't get it.
Collectible card games, David. Come on. You familiar with Magic? You familiar with Magic the Gathering?
No.
They haven't forced you to play Magic? Dave?
Oh!
Oh, there we
Jesus
go.
Christ. I'm glad.
It was such a good joke. It really takes a while to process.
Yeah, that was one of my more complex syntheses. So, main character is he is driven literally like in a car to get food supplies by this quiet guy named like Tomo or something, who's also in Anteku, and they're like a free range, heritage raised, fucking non-cruelty ghoul commune because they only eat suicide victims. So he takes him to this cliff where a guy jumped off to collect him.
Now, it seems like they might have set up a situation in which people are going to accidentally fall, which I think is kind of cheating. There's this mountain pass that they have people falling off of, right, and people throwing themselves off of their deaths. The guardrail is basically breakaway. Like if you put any weight on it, it's going to fall away. So it seems to me like there's some morally questionable shit going on here.
I mean, but if you're getting out of your car on a mountain highway, and then jumping off the side, I don't know if that's really kind of an accident. I don't know if that just.
Well, but I'm saying, what if there's some sort of tourist? What's going on? Why are you adding Sam?
I agree with you guys.
No, we can't add Sam. We can't record him.
What are you doing? He's going rogue.
It's okay. He's not online, I don't think.
Okay. Anyway, so they sustainably source their food from people to kill themselves.
Yeah. So, and then meanwhile, the CCG guys are going around fucking up ghouls, asking about this wrench thing that Jason lost. And then other things happen. Toka takes.
Honestly, Moda's a pretty good character. I like his character. Who? Moda.
The Igor dude.
Oh, that's okay. Moda.
Yeah, the guy with the blonde hair who's kind of like fucked up looking.
It's white.
Crazy eyes.
White hair. David was misidentifying hair colors basically this entire show.
It's some people have problems with anime hair colors because it's like, yeah, they need to translate them into real world's colors.
It's blonde.
It's white.
It's pure fucking. It's fucking RGB 000, my man. That shit is colorless. We mean blonde.
I'm gonna look a picture of this because I'm almost positive it's blonde.
That shit's white. Explain to me the difference between that color and white right now.
You did this to a couple characters.
Do you think that old people whose all the color has left their hair, do you consider them blonde?
Why
like
is
a
there
90-year-old
no
woman?
pictures of Moda on?
Is that even his name?
Images? I believe so.
It's Mado and search Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, I did.
Mado would be Mado, not Moda.
I mean, I guess you could see it as white, but I think it's blonde. There's like a little tint to it. It's almost dusty white. I think it's
Dust
blonde.
is white.
Eh.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I've got to go use the restroom.
Okay, that's fine.
I will be right back.
All right, so where were we?
It's Motto, not Moda. What the fuck is the matter with you people? It's white, but there might be a tiny bit of blue in there or green, but it's nowhere near blonde. Whatever. Toka takes main character to get a mask from this tattoo gay mask BDSM guy with a basement full of gay BDSM masks. And we go back to this girl staying in the coffee shop. There's this little Hinami girl now with this lady who they don't really tell you. I couldn't figure out if it was her mom or sister. It turns out it's her mom. This main character walks in on her eating a dude, and they scream.
freaks him out.
Or just he screams. He's always screaming. But then they end up bonding over book. She like book, he like book.
Isn't that cute?
Yes, and he's teaching her things.
He helps her with words.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say before. Is in these early episodes, I really just like the CCG guys the best because like they're just cool and they're just killing all these ghouls, and it's like fuck yeah, man. They have to kind of make them evil later, because probably because they're too damn cool in these first few episodes. But I was like, hell yeah, dude, fucking get him. They have to make them irritating.
I liked both of them. But I thought the more burly, traditionally attractive dude was like
Clark.
I thought he was so boring. Like it's just
he's all business. He's just like I'm all about business. I'm laying down these fools. I'm deep sixing these ghouls.
This is weird because this is a part like I get into a weird comfortable place with this show. Even though like a lot of horrible things happen to characters, I just found I was like kind of grooving along with it at this point. I'm like, okay, I know what you're about, Tokyo Ghoul. That's chill. Let's roll.
You were more interested in the meta than your own emotional investment.
Yeah, I know. I mean, when you look at it, it's I'm not enjoying it because I think it's good. I'm enjoying it because it's like I understand it. It's comfortable.
It clicks deep inside.
Sure.
Okay, we're on episode 4.
Yes.
Here's something we haven't mentioned. Everyone's always sniffing my boy because he smells like a pretty lady. Ghouls can smell each other or people or something real good. So, thank you. I mean, that's nice of you to say about him. You think he's literally...
Well, it's nice of you to support his transition. It's really difficult in this early stages when, but...
And this is a show... This whole show is basically a metaphor for HRT. Like, he's constantly screaming. He never fucks. And he's a demon who craves human flesh. Like, it's all the pieces are there.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. For sure. They got their finger on the pulse in Japan.
All the way back in 2014.
So we meet this connoisseur fellow.
Yes, Gourmet. He has another regular Japanese name, but whatever, he's Gourmet. He makes the fancy food out of people, which apparently other ghouls even find kind of weird.
I loved it. I love this guy.
It's the equivalent of like back in like the early 1900s where like even back then H.P. Lovecraft was so racist that even other people back then thought it was kind of weird.
I love this. He's such an eccentric. He's like he's finding new paths. He's kind of like alone, almost sad. He's the only one with this kind of superior taste.
Yeah, it's like I've just seen this character archetype so many times, and it's fucking.
But he revels in it. He loves it so much.
It's what's his name? Mamoru Miyano, just being as crazy as he possibly can again, and he's freaking out over everything and about how delicious everything is. He's very into it. Here's something I want to talk about. I guess now's as good a time as any. Okay. In the opening of the show, when it flashes all the characters' faces in the broken glass screen.
I'm bringing it up.
Why do they all look like shit there? They all look ridiculous. All their faces are way wider than in the actual show. They look horrible. They look like porn characters.
It didn't stand out that much to me.
Really?
No, it didn't. I did not find it as distracting as you did.
When I hadn't seen this show and I just watched that opening, I just felt like the character design of this show was like a literal 0 out of 10 because of that, because of all of those faces. I was just like, oh my god, they look fucking horrible here.
Yeah, no, it's just looks like anime faces to me. They're not like they might not have as heavy of outlines as they do in the show.
The outline, no, they're so much wider. Are we even talking about the same thing?
I'm looking at it. I don't see how wide they are. It doesn't.
They're so wide. Not in a good way like Hidemaru's sketch.
I'm looking at
up wide.
the wideness of the faces, and then I just jumped into the show, and they look.
I have a question real quick.
Yes, what's that, buddy?
About recording.
Oh, boy.
How do I change the audio recording on Audacity?
What?
I've been recording my headset mic instead of my
Oh god.
instead of my actual mic.
Okay.
We should probably just keep going with this quality right now, anyway. I mean, let's just continue with this for now. I guess.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Have you stopped the recording?
No, I haven't.
When you talk, do you see stuff come up on the timeline?
I do see it, but it's from my headset, not my actual mic.
Is your headset on your head?
You guys can hear me on the mic that Ethan has let me borrow, but it's actually recording on my headset mic.
Well, now you'll both sound like shit, so great.
All right.
I mean, the headset's on your head, right? So it's like next to your mouth?
Yeah.
So it's like a decent volume.
Yeah.
All right, then fucking whatever.
Moving on.
Okay. So, we're supposed to believe this guy's going to school during all this, apparently. Like, there's just a scene where he's, like, reading on the college campus.
I literally never even considered that to be a part of the narrative.
It's this one scene.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's nothing... They never address, like, his outside life. Like, he never has to, like, reconcile this new stuff with his previous life. It's like... His parents are dead, so he's got nothing there, but they don't do anything like,
he's got that one friend,
what do you do about,
he might have to...
What do you do about college? What do you do about, like, money, where you live or anything? Like, nothing. It's just, you're Ghoul now, buddy.
It's a word of the state.
I feel bad for Hida.
Yeah.
It's a good guy.
He's okay, yeah. And yeah, while he's on campus here, he meets up with Gourmet, who, like, flirts with him.
Gourmet is such a good character.
You think so, huh?
Like, wow.
I like him.
What do you like about him, David?
He was amazing.
Yeah?
Just so, like, such a character to clutch onto. He was really nice.
Oh, he's making a point.
He was nice? You think he's nice?
No. Nice is in a character, not nice is in, like, his actual attitude.
Oh, you think he's, like, nice?
Just a really good character.
What's good about him?
Saying he's well developed and...
No,
yeah.
Ethan. What did you like about him, David?
He had these, like... He was like, I want to eat you. And I want to eat you real good, and you're going to be tasty, and you're going to be real fancy on my plate. I'm going to eat some real nice shit.
Do you have adjectives? How about some superlatives? What do you got?
Superly.
Damn, that's so true, dude. He's so superly.
You really cut to the core of the character. Honestly, you should have directed this show because you seem to have such a good grasp of him. Like, you really have the idea of what the essence of the character
Gourmet
is.
Stan David.
Can you imagine? Oh man, I want to hear David direct audio. Like,
dude, I'd
doing
fuck it up so well.
How many shooters have you had, my man?
Can I add Sam to this?
What?
No. What?
He's seen this podcast. He's seen the show.
We can't do four. No, I don't think it's.
I mean, he would have to, like, record himself, and then that's another audio track.
He would have to start recording immediately.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not necessarily opposed to it. It's just he's got to come in while recording. I mean, I would almost prefer to have him at the end or something.
I mean, if he's down for it, whatever. But, you don't have to push very hard to get Sam on here. Sam's, he'll be on the next one or something, right?
Yeah.
So,
Did he say he wants to talk about it?
Are you in contact with him? Like, what are you doing?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like, he's probably, I guess he's online, but it's like, no, don't. Sam doesn't need to be here.
You're typing furiously.
Oh, God, he's going to get Sam in here. Oh, I can't wait to edit this. Oh my God! Stop with that! Fucking Christ, dude.
You know, I really love the character of David. He's just so
so nice and just ooh, like I love the way that he fucking his purple hair.
All right, hold on. I gotta do a shooty.
Wow, this one's really off the rails.
I'm sorry, I was too drunk for this. I was a little too drunk.
I knew it had to be. Like,
I was at a really good level, and then when I went to go take more, I fucked up.
I can't believe you're just recording on the wrong mic. Fucking.
Because when I fucked up, when I drink too much, I don't talk as much. When I'm like slightly buzzed, I can talk as much as I want. But when I'm drunk, it's not.
Well, it's gonna be like resetting your virginity, man. You know how you can be like, I'm a virgin again. You know, like snapping fingers.
Grow that hymen back.
David, you just have to snap your fingers, and you're buzzed now. You're buzzed, David, from this point forward.
All right, let's go.
You're in the zone.
We're on episode 12.
Right,
no, we're not. So the only thing that MC has been told about Gourmet is that "Do not trust Gourmet" by Toka. She says that to him, and he immediately establishes a dato with Gourmeto. Mm-hmm. Please come hang out with me, says Gourmet, and he's like, "Oh, okay, I guess."
God damn it!
And what's happening?
He just added him to the call again.
I thought he already did that.
He's recording.
Oh, you're recording?
Are you recording?
Hello?
Shit, it's being hijacked.
Hello?
Sam, if you're in here, you have to be recording. We're doing a podcast.
I have leaked documents for you guys.
No, I'm not joking. This is gonna be fucked up.
I have leaked documents for everyone here.
Okay, you can do your bit. Just fucking tell me if you're goddamn recording, dude.
The leaked documents say I'm not recording.
Please record.
I'm only going to be here for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
we can't have 15 minutes of dead.
You told me you're recording, Sam.
I'm kicking you out.
Get the fuck out of here.
Whose thing is this? Kick him out.
Hold on a second. I need to open Audacity.
Kick him the fuck out.
Hold on. Discard old projects. Yes.
Wow.
Do not show me this again.
Good luck adding in the.
There it is. There we go. There we go. We're done. We're done. I am recording this bullshit.
Oh. All right, what do you got?
Sure? Are you seeing stuff in Audacity when you talk?
David pitch was so loud that Audacity heard it. If that's any benefit,
but it can't hear you. Also, I need to be as explicit as possible here because people don't know how to record.
It is only hearing David.
Okay, well,
it is recording.
Well, that's great. What do you think of Tokyo Ghoul?
I liked the first season. I really liked the manga for both Tokyo Ghoul and Ri. Ri is an abomination.
Episode 7?
I don't think I remember specifics of episode 7.
Remember episode 6? Like fucking.
You guys like anime in here?
No.
Okay, so you like the first season of Tokyo Ghoul?
Yeah, no, I think it's really good, and I think the manga is way better, but I think it's really good.
Okay, what about it you like?
I like the art. I think a lot of the style of the show is really good. It's edgy, and I'm pretty fucking edgy.
When was the last time you watched it?
The first season?
Yeah.
When it aired.
Because we just watched it now.
You guys didn't tell me to. If you guys told me to, I would.
No, it wasn't the intention. It's like, okay, so we're going to have, who will be the guest on this episode? I don't know, maybe we'll get David. And then, Sam will be on maybe the next episode. And now we're in a situation where we have both of you on this podcast. Sam hasn't seen the show in 5 years. David's drunk out of his fucking gourd.
I'm not drunk.
This is the new Jablinski Games podcast. Fuck anime.
Wait a second. I bet Jablinski Games released a video today.
I literally added everyone in your Discord that Jablinski released a new video.
I remember when I made that joke about Jack Black's son using the N-word? I just saw his Instagram, and it's just like
his Instagram bio is
just
so
the
good.
Word nigga implanted over the top of him.
Have you seen his bio?
No.
His bio is Jack Black, but Caucasian.
Well, yeah, but I didn't realize that he risked it all. He went all the way.
Jack Black's on Instagram.
Okay, no, stop. We have to talk about Tokyo Ghoul. Now we're in.
I'm full edgy right now. I got a new
wait.
I got a new
edgy
hoodie.
or etchy?
Edgy. I got a new hoodie, and my dad always likes to take interest in what I buy. Like, he's not disappointed in me for wearing anime clothing.
He says he's not.
Today, I bought a jacket that has a girl's frontline girl on it, and it says 666 on the back. And he says to me, "Do you really need a jacket that says 666?" I think I disappointed him. I think I disappointed him.
That was the final
over
straw.
The line.
And big anime titties, I'm fine with those, son. But when you get involved with Satan, I can't follow you down that path.
I told him that we're Jewish, so we don't believe in the devil. So what does it matter?
Is that true?
That's not true.
Breaking news.
That's definitely not true. I would talk to your local rabbi.
I don't think that hell exists in the Jewish religion.
Yeah, it definitely does.
No, I almost guarantee you it doesn't.
But then what happens if you're bad?
Early Judaism has no concept of hell.
Yes. Most don't.
Hell was introduced during the Hellenistic period, appropriately enough.
But there's no punishment?
It's not that there's no punishment. It's just I don't think that...
Same thing.
I don't think that there's like if you don't do good, you go hell.
David's definitely going to hell for this episode.
I don't understand.
I hope so. Okay.
Only
a third of the way through the show, please.
So you liked the first season?
Yes, sir.
It's edgy, and you admit to being an edgy person.
I'm pretty edgy, yeah.
You heard it here first, folks.
How do you feel about Elfen Lied?
No, that's shit. That was interesting when it came out, but like, who the fuck in 2019 to say, yeah, man, Elfen Lied, that's some good shit right there.
It was interesting when it came out. Did you watch it when it came out?
What was that? 2007 or 8?
Oh, wasn't it like?
I think it's more recent than you would think.
2005.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that was before my time.
Summer 2004.
When did the second season of Code Geass came out? Because that's when I started.
That was 2007.
8, because that's when I started actively watching anime and going on 4chan. Like that, you can mark the day where my life went to shit. No,
you're right, Ethan. R2 was 2008.
Okay, that's when I started watching anime actively.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. How old were you?
You can mark, I'm 23. 10 years ago, I'd be 13. That would be, I was like 11.
Yeah, wow.
11 or 12, so.
Impressive.
Dude, I was that fucking 12-year-old on 4chan.
Nice.
Anyways, there we go. You liked the first season.
Yeah, dude, like, Kaneki is pretty cool looking. Like, I think all the mask bullshit is pretty cool. I think the
cool.
soundtrack...
What about him? What part of cool looking, you mean his transformation, or do you think...
Yeah, like, I think that, you guys aren't to any of the cool parts of that show, but...
Just realized David has a Twitter account because he just liked one of my tweets. Sorry,
you gotta post that shit.
David's last tweet is from 2016, and it's an article called 20 Things You Shouldn't Do Before Bed.
His 2 tweets. Dude, David, did you have to like recover this account?
Fuck off.
Wait, no, you gotta click that article now. I need to know what
his first 2 tweets are his first 3 tweets are at someone called Fragile Petals from 2012, and he's just screaming at them to unban me, RAWR. RAWR. This is a girl with 169 followers who still has an account that started in 2009.
Dude, these are all shocking developments.
What the fuck is going on, David? Holy shit, man.
We've lost them.
Breaking news, everybody.
Who is this girl you're fucking thirsting after?
Don't look at this image.
It's a gaping asshole. David, who is this pink-haired, like, fucked up looking, like, almost
Yo, can you
Asian?
link her Twitter?
She's
David,
at Fragile Petals.
Is this the Filipino girl?
I'm so fucking confused right now.
What? Oh my god, how much do you drink?
Do we need to do another attempt at this episode? I can't.
No way, this is amazing.
Wait,
Why can't any of these messages send?
What are you saying? Oh, I can't get over Rower.
can someone
okay.
link this fucking Twitter? David, is this the Filipino
I
girl
just
you told me
you.
about from when you were younger?
Dude, there's like 18 Filipino girls.
There's way more than that, actually.
I'm gonna need a link, Sam.
I'm playing the Division 2 beta, and there is no character customization. You just randomize until you get a character you like.
Kind of into that idea, actually.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah.
Tokyo Ghoul. What
Holy
episode are we on?
shit.
Episode 4.
I think we're on episode like 8.
We're not actually,
He's doing
because
his
Have you guys gotten to the part where Kaneki gets tortured?
no. He
Oh my god, this fucking Twitter is amazing,
Who's
David.
Fragile Petals, and how do you know who this is?
I looked at your fucking Twitter account.
This girl is
How does
cute.
Twitter
What
work?
the fuck?
How does Twitter work? Jesus Christ, man.
Do you look at my followers or following or something?
No, I'm looking at your
tweet.
replies.
You're talking to her.
That was one of my friends.
Dude, she's hot as fuck.
That was one of my friends. I believe she's Scottish.
Was
That
she
is-
the
I
girl
don't
that
know.
you were in an online relationship for a bit with?
Oh no, the girl that's on an online relationship was like a 30-year-old Filipino woman who absolutely emotionally abused me.
Okay, David. Remember, you're being recorded. Oh, fuck.
No, that's a podcast appropriate story. That's like one of my favorite stories David's ever told me.
Emotionally abused me.
Christ.
Holy shit, I'm fucking Wesley Snipes in this game. I'm a black guy with blonde hair.
Oh my god.
All right, we're gonna need to get back to.
Okay.
I
We're
can't,
gonna
I
get
can't
back
keep
to Tokyo
going.
Ghoul. I'm sorry, Sam, but
I can't keep going. This is, oh my god.
Okay, we need to calm down. Everybody take a deep breath. We're talking about
Holy
Tokyo
shit.
Ghoul.
Oh.
And our main character has some fight training with Yomo.
homo.
Who's, thank you.
I mean-
that's good. What? You taking it back? Did you take it back?
I don't know his name.
His name is Yomo.
Okay.
Glad you accept. Please accept him.
Yes. He was a blonde-haired guy.
Yeah, the blonde guy. The other blonde guy.
Episode 7.
4. So Yomo is this kind of stoic, cool guy who's in Anteku. And
Yeah, homo's kind of cool.
huh?
Mm-hmm.
So then he meets he meets up with Masked Man and Lady in a bar. And the lady splashes, I think, either blood or wine on him for no reason.
She was kind of hot, but like I don't really get her.
She rips off his eye patch. Yeah, I don't know.
You know how hard it is to get blood out of the thing? You might as well throw those away.
Oh yeah, no, they're gone.
She
They're
owes
fucked
him
up.
like at least that's a nice sweater. He's looking at a solid hundo.
Fucking bitch. She tells him that natural hybrid human ghoul combos are way more powerful, which makes no sense, and I think might be stolen directly from Twilight. Or just sort of general, like...
Wait a second. One-eyed ghouls are more powerful?
That's what she says, yeah. That's
Dude,
why
that's like
That is
the big bad
that is-
guy, the boss, the Mothman
is the one-eyed owl.
is another one-eyed guy. Yeah.
Wow.
Have you gotten to that part?
Yeah,
We finished the first
finished
season,
the first
then
season.
They kind of introduce him, yeah.
I didn't
She
totally
also tells him that someone dropped those steel beams on purpose, so it was not an accident. What's going on? Gourmet doesn't like Rize, which I think might be why he's interested in this guy. I don't know.
Gourmet's awesome.
he doesn't like Rize because Rize made fun of how he ate like a fag.
Whoa.
Calm down with your language.
I'm sorry. I apologize to the cannibal community.
My uncle was a fag.
Yeah, be respectful.
The gay uncle theory proven. So Gourmet gets a hold of, and another example of just unrestrained direction, just pure emotion. Gourmet gets a hold of Kaneki's bloody hanky, and there's like an entire scene of him just sniffing it and losing his mind.
This is when I'm like, I think I might like this show. I was like,
he's just going ham, absolutely ham.
Yeah, he's chewing that scenery, and I love it. Like it's like the camera's over top of him, and he's like leaning back into it in ecstasy. That's just, I love that.
It's they're really going for it.
Yeah.
Boy. And he's just
can you imagine how much overacting would be in like an actual Tokyo Ghoul like live action movie?
They made one.
Did they?
Yeah.
I believe it. Yeah, it's probably
like, I'm sure that scene translates perfectly into live action.
Like he goes into space, like it's just he loves it. He loves it so much.
I don't know. I can't think of the last time I've loved anything that much.
That's true. I mean, yeah.
I love you that much, Ethan.
Oh. Thanks, buddy.
Shocking development. So, yeah, it's time for MC to hang out with Gourmet. He gets put in fancy clothes. And yeah, hey, can you guess it was a trap? He fell for it. He ends up in this sort of high society ghoul dinner party blood sport masquerade coliseum. His opponent is like just the guy from the Coliseum episode of SpongeBob. Remember this huge guy's carrying the real contestant? Or whatever he says.
Yes.
And he keeps cutting him. I thought they said that ghouls can't get cut. I don't know, but
he's half cool, dude.
He just sort of runs around screaming a bunch, which is when I realized that David's going to love this show because the protagonist, he loves shows where the protagonist is fucking retarded and can't use any resources.
Then why doesn't he like?
That's when I started hating the show. When I fucking realized that this guy who was supposed to be intelligent and awesome turned out to be this
who has chips
ridiculous, stupid character.
ASMR Tokyo Ghoul. Yeah, we're almost halfway through the show and he's just kind of running around.
He's terrible.
And
he's absolutely terrible.
So it turns out Gourmet didn't know about his special eye. That he's only half ghoul. So he starts freaking out when he realizes this. He kills the butcher and he kind of goes, okay, it was just a joke, bro.
You just got punked.
And I don't know if main character kind of falls for it. I don't even know what happened because the next episode, he just kind of wakes up and he's just kind of okay. He's back in the cafe. He babysits Minami, which is the girl who's living now, along with Toka. Toka's friend from school shows up briefly, and there's some misunderstandings. Thinks she's dating him, stuff. Gourmet's still freaking out alone by himself because he's found this half ghoul. Okay, I see. My notes, I remember not liking Gourmet, but apparently I did because I wrote down he became so completely ridiculous that he's basically the most enjoyable part of the show.
That's factually correct.
That's absolutely
true. Dude, I mean, he's in like these massive, huge like mansion environments with 40-foot high ceilings, just reveling in this fucking blood. Like,
yeah, yep. Oh, he's still sniffing that hanky. He's still sniffing that hanky and screaming in a whole episode later. And then Nishki's back. He's getting beaten up by two randos. And then there's this really weird fight where this really strangely faced guy approaches the main character. And I don't think we're supposed to know he's a ghoul, but it's not like giving a reveal. It's just in one shot, suddenly his eyes are black and they don't really give you any warning. And then he throws like the weakest punch I've ever seen in an anime period. and it just looks like horrible animation. But then it's maybe it's kind of on purpose because he mentions that he's better at fighting now, so the guys are easy to fight.
Mm-hmm.
It still looks really dumb though. Like no human can punch that slow. It looks insane.
We saved that budget for later on, man.
That's true. He talks to Nishio's girlfriend a little bit. What's going on?
I don't mean to interrupt, but this is off topic of podcast.
Yeah, I should be interrupted. I can't be explaining plot for 10 minutes at a time.
I am going to the gym.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you guys going to be on playing video games this evening?
I'm going to be playing video games the entire fucking night.
Everyone who is looking to play video games should download the Division 2 beta.
No.
What? Why not?
I just downloaded Apex and I haven't even played it with you guys yet. I'm not downloading other.
I'll play Apex, but we have 4 people.
Oh, that's true.
Let's play this bad game. This game looks terrible in a way I can get behind.
I don't know. I want to stream us watching Tokyo Ghoul AMVs. We got to figure out when we're going to do that, Ethan.
Oh, let's do that tonight. Let's do that tonight. Let's do that tonight. I will be back in an hour and a half. We will do that tonight.
That sounds good.
All right. We're doing it tonight. Make sure you save your thing and upload it.
Yeah, please upload this clip of you talking.
All right. Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Right.
That he was.
That fucker's gone.
So this whole episode's about Nishio and his girlfriend. They have situations. And when she's alone, Gourmet gets her. Kidnaps her. Main character and Nishio team up to get her back. And they end up in this church. They fight. Toka shows up again. No reason. She has no reason to know that that's going on. Don't know how. But
I'm pretty sure that. Actually, no. You're right.
Yeah. No, there's no reason for her to be there. I think it's. I don't know who. I just wrote someone's arm and stomach gets fucked up. And it's still they're just continuing with this tone of like. This guy is fucking screaming in like gay ecstasy, and the MC is just writhing on the floor, bleeding out, and it's basically what I expected from this show, and I just don't like it that much. I can like it, we're kind of making fun of it, but it's just like watching it is just kind of exhausting.
It's no Death Note.
It is no Death Note. Like I said, I would compare it most closely to Elfen Lied. I think it's probably better than Elfen Lied.
Elfen Lied is better than the show.
I hard disagree, David.
Well, until you write that fucking essay, we can't trust you, David.
On the psychological types of the different Elfen Lied characters.
Yes.
I've got that going, dude. I'm like 400 pages in.
Well, you better, as long as you need to take.
It's just so deep that I'm not done with it yet.
That's fine. That's fine.
What happened?
Whoa.
Are you still recording?
David. No.
Get out.
David.
No, you're going to ruin
David.
it. Get out. I'm serious. Fuck. God damn it.
Move in the chat, please. All right, good.
This is a nightmare.
Good luck.
This is a great show. We're only like an hour and a half in.
Shit, man. Fuck. Where was I? Yeah, so this is a big silly fight. Toka gets fucked up too. There's a flashback. There's of Nishio Nishiki is his name. He grows up with his sister. She dies. And then he has this girlfriend who doesn't know he's a ghoul. But then when she finds out, she lets him have a munch.
Did we determine that was hot also, by the way?
That was the hotter one, I think. Yeah, because she lets him do it. Consent is sexy. I've heard.
You know what? It turns out they're right. Here I was this whole time.
Is it as sexy as, just completely ignoring a safe word? I don't know. But everyone's just really fucked up. But Nishiki just keeps getting up. Again, he's getting so fucked up in all these episodes. He just keeps standing up. Gourmet gets...
You gotta respect that.
He gets jealous of Toka's... Toka munches on the MC now to get energy, to get a quick boost. She gets strong, and then she beats him. Mm-hmm. And that's episode 5. Okay, look.
We're on episode 5?
No, we're on episode 6. But, we're an hour and a half into this podcast. We're on episode 5 of episode 12.
We should probably speed forward a little bit. We should probably just
we should. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to condense things by reading my notes extremely quickly, like speed read.
All right.
Like when you get the words flashed on your computer screen, and you can read.
This is going to be like some sort of debate, like a debate class or something.
Yeah,
you're gonna fucking hit us with the double time.
Yeah, no one can understand you, and you get all the points. Podcasts are all about points. Gas. Who gets gassed? What am I writing about?
I got gassed. Ethan was having the worst gas.
No, it's true. I did gas David.
I was trying to write was. And it was QAS. Okay, sorry. What'd you eat?
Nothing out of the norm. Just was pretty gassy one day. It might have been the creatine. Might have some creatine.
Okay,
tubes.
yeah.
And it was some of the worst I've ever had, and I was unrelenting with David. I'm like, I could either suffer through this or let it go, and, I didn't expect it to keep happening over and over and over again. Probably over the span of an hour, I must have, dropped some atomic nuclear...
Oh, yeah. I know
what farts on David.
It was 3 days straight, and it's happening to the second. You've been farting this entire time.
Yeah, no, I definitely... I have those where, you have it 3 days or so where it's just just 3 days, and every tiny fart is it's like you're holding a big stinky turd right in front of your face. It's even worse than that. It's
the worst when you then you do it under a blanket and then smell it.
Oh, and
it's really bad.
It seems like it never goes away, and sometimes they're even extra.
Usually I find that sexy, but not this time.
Yeah, no, not in this situation. Some of them are sulfury. I think I finally fixed my intestines. I don't know when I did, but I'm just gonna keep things going.
It's a good job.
It's the last week of Big Boy season, and I'm going all out. I'm just gonna buy.
Nice,
I'm gonna go whole hog.
We're on episode 7 now.
I'm gonna buy so much nasty food. I'm gonna eat all of it, and then I'm gonna finally calm things down. I've been drinking kefir.
Kefir?
Ooh, nice. Like a sour yogurt drink.
It's like a yogurt drink. It's good.
Have you been making it? Is that a thing you get to make?
No, because I don't. I think if you want to make it, you have to find someone on Craigslist who has the balls. The thing about kefir is that all kefir comes from other kefir. You can't just make the balls by themselves. You have to get the balls from kefir. So it's it all came from one source originally, supposedly.
It originated in Russia. Okay, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's an Eastern European thing. People would hang bags of kefir on their doors and let it ferment, and then as people walked through town, you would as you passed by the bags on people's front doors, you would slap it to mix it, which I think is a really fun community thing. You just slap people's bags of fermenting milk on your way.
Slap them sacks, boy.
Slap the sacks. Okay, yeah. No, episode 6 is just it's about Minami. This young girl who we've been establishing. Her dad is the doctor that Jason is doing business with. Nishio, he joins Anteku. The doctor, the dad, he seems to get killed by Jason. The CCG is about to fight him, and he screams Jason a lot, just like in Heavy Rain.
Yes, I made a Heavy Rain joke there as
well.
There
you go, yeah. Jason! And...
Yes, there it is.
This is... CCG has these crazy weapons, the Quinque. And Igor has this huge...
His name is Moda.
Neon... Motto, not Moda. This huge neon blue
Moda.
Tentacle umbrella, and Clark has a big hammer or something, and they kill the doctor. Dr. Daddy grows a tail, and then he dies. I don't know.
The hammer thing doesn't make a ton of sense to me, because what I understand how the tentacles could be, a ghoul's power, but what could the hammer be? Does he just got a big old club that comes out of his back?
It's a big strong hammer. What do you need? What do you want?
No, yeah, but did the ghoul utilize this hammer?
He punches ghouls with it. Wait, how did the ghoul? He's not a ghoul. He's a CCG.
Yeah, but he got the kinke from a ghoul.
Oh,
as we learn later on.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably good at hitting people with the hammer.
Anyways.
So just as we learn that Hinami's dad dies, unbeknownst to her, she suddenly becomes very into him and wants to see him. So her and her mom go out shopping, and she smells her dad, so she gets him. But instead, her and her mom run into CCG, and her mom sacrifices herself to protect her. And the main character just sort of happens to be nearby. That one kind of ends on a cliffhanger, but it concludes in the next episode where Minami runs to MC, and they head back to save her. But Igor has a huge bone whip, and this is when I said CCG was too cool, so they had to make them eviler by killing this innocent lady. So main character doesn't even do anything. He just kind of stands there while she gets murked. It's just like, all right, okay.
I don't understand how Minami doesn't harbor a lot of resentment for my mans. You think that just
because he just kind of stood there while her mom got decapitated? Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. And then as revenge, Toka takes out a CCG guy and tries to get Clark, but he survives. And Mado, he's also okay.
Moda.
And she attacks them, but they keep going to the same food place, even though she knows that they go there. You'd think they would lay low. I don't know. And even though Clark's coworker died, or because Clark's coworker died, he does a big slurp.
Hey, has any character ever been marked for death harder than that coworker? That coworker should have recognized it himself. If I was saying the things that that coworker said in that restaurant, I would be like, "Oh shit, I'm about to die. I'm about to get murdered."
Was he talking about his wife or something?
He was just talking about work and stuff, and why they do the job or whatever.
We just didn't, and he just mysteriously hasn't been hanging out with these other two. I'm going to propose to my girlfriend when we get back from this mission. I even bought flowers.
Maybe I won't do that. Anyway. They just killed. They fight.
Yep. And at the end of that episode, it's sort of building up this conflict between the ghouls and the doves, is what they call the CCG guys. Because CCG guy, Clark... he's training. He's steaming because he's training so hard. Shirtless. Main character he gets his retarded mask that's in all the promo images with the teeth and the eye and everything. It's
pretty good.
Dumb. I think it looks bad. I think it's a bad mask.
It's definitely not appropriate for our main character, at least at this point.
Yeah, it's too mocking. He's a totally spineless bitch. And he has this...
I don't know why the fuck you guys recommended the show to me.
What? We were right for 2 episodes. we were right. And then, did you hate watching it?
This is the show that, Dark Universe David enjoys.
The end was bad, but the rest was okay.
Well, then that's why we recommended it to you, buddy. We read it overpowered protagonist. It turns out it lied.
I gotta watch the first season. I've been rewatching... The world God only knows.
I thought you already seen that.
I have, but I forgot what happened, and I'm on episode 8 now.
Oh, that's a good one.
And it's good.
Did you ever see season 3?
No, I didn't get past the first season.
Oh, that's good. You should read the manga. It actually has an end.
Manga. And yeah, I should.
Speaking of shows that we're watching, I'm just going to quickly note that I am watching Kimi no Todoke and I really like it. Anyways.
Sweet.
Back to this.
Episode 8. Hinami is gone because she's sad about mom. And she finds some nasty bag of parts. Main character confronts... She found what?
No, it's just very. It's edgy. It's edgy stuff right there.
It's sure. Boy, I was so conked out of my gourd about those parts. Main character confronts Clark while Toka and Minami are in some tunnel, and they run into Igor. So they're fighting Mato, and he's fighting Clark.
Moto.
MC is not doing a great job fighting him. And meanwhile, like Toka and Clark are kind of giving the same speech about, man, why are we even fighting, man? It's like we're the same. Igor whips out the mom's wings because he stole them. And no one in the show can go 5 minutes without getting a hole punched in their stomach.
It's one of the most over the top as far as just like consistent mutilation.
Yeah, it happens almost every episode, and they're always okay. But yeah, he gets Toka in the stomach. Main character is kind of letting the guy beat the shit out of him to kind of prove a point or something. I don't know. There's like several shots of him getting sent flying by a punch in the exact same way, and it's hilarious.
Yes.
But then he suddenly changes strategies and he just bites the guy, and that's when he starts to lose control again. And Hinami finally goes berserker mode and gets Igor's hand, and he's black. Oh, he keeps losing limbs. That's why I say he's Black Knighting it now, because he basically has no limbs left.
Yeah, he's
still like crawling at them, going, "I'm gonna get you." But he doesn't get him. And main character lets Clark live, and accidentally gets Yomo instead because he has no control. And
Yomo's chilled out.
Yeah, he's fine. And Igor is no more dead. And Toka sees his ring and freaks out. I guess I thought that was going to be like a plot thing, but I guess it's just because she realizes that he had like a family or something. I can't imagine that guy having a family. He was very strange.
He's very into his work.
Yeah.
Workaholic guy.
Oh, yeah. He's never home,
anyways.
For sure. Episode 9, flashback. We see Clark and Igor meeting when Clark's a rookie. They're investigating this old lady, and Clark's dumb. He's helping this old lady by himself because he doesn't believe Igor that she's a ghoul, and he has to get saved. It's been a month and a half since Igor died. Hinami has a bird now that she rescued that's maybe helping her deal with grief or something.
David and I were discussing this. Fuck birds.
Oh, well, okay, hold on now.
Fuck birds.
Why do you think that?
There's no point in having a pet bird.
Okay, well, hold on. There's a difference between fuck birds and fuck having a pet bird, I think.
Watch
your words, mister.
Okay, birds are fine. They're loud, and I find them annoying. But pet birds are the worst possible pet you can have.
It does kind of defeat the purpose of a bird, I guess.
You're actively denying them the ability to fly, which is their entire thing.
Yeah, that's kind of their only thing. I mean, some of them can talk, but yeah, I mean, for the most part.
But then, like, when they talk, it's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, what if you teach them to swear, though?
And they just, like, shit all over the place.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't fuck with pet birds. I actively think there's something wrong with people who have pet birds.
I wouldn't want one. Yeah. And, I see so many cute bunnies on social media, but rabbits just poop they have no poop control. They poop. You can't potty train a rabbit. They're always pooping.
You can't potty train a rabbit.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, well then never mind.
Rabbits are very easy to potty train.
Well, actually. I want a fucking rabbit then. Fuck that.
Aren't they so cute?
They're fucking cute as shit.
I love a rabbit.
I love a good rabbit.
Baby rabbit.
So, main character talks to the wine lady again about Rize and what she was like. She doesn't know anything. All she says is that those steel beams were not an accident. So, and then we introduce
those aren't the only steel beams that were accidents. Not an accident.
I mean, careful. We need to wait a while before we can start revealing the true truths, the heavy truths on this podcast.
Those were already talked about on a recent podcast anyway.
So then we introduce this other character that I don't know, that is definitely not going to matter, at least until other seasons. this pickpocket, sort of androgynous, crazy albino. That's a cute ass bunny. That's a nice bunny. It's
David,
not ugly,
right
David.
now?
Fuck off.
What are you doing?
You have
anyway?
You have the balls to say that out loud, you bitch.
I hear you typing like a fiend. What are you doing?
So there's that character who's going on.
Your mic will pick that up, David.
So please, oh no, stop. The CCG is making all these activities, making all these plans, and I don't know why the news is broadcasting them. I feel like that's a bad idea because I think ghouls can watch TV. And there's his friend. They try to keep him, his friend in the plot. His friend. They imply his friend knows too much. Remember that? That's not resolved in the first season. Like he clearly knows something about ghouls. He claims he just read a book, but he's lying, and he knows too much about ghouls. So clearly Hide knows something that maybe we'll learn in a subsequent season. Clark gets transferred to the 11th ward, which is the nasty one. Then we get a Toka flashback. Toka also had a pet bird who helped her deal with grief or something that she raised with her brother.
This episode really seemed like they shoved as much shit as they could in from the manga.
It's just now I'm realizing that there's so much going on.
This woman I was watching is like, fuck, they really forced all of these different subplots in this.
I mean,
one
at least
episode.
that made it watchable. Like, there's so much going on that your attention keeps getting grabbed. It doesn't get boring, I guess. And there's some guys looking for Rize. And one of them is obviously Toka's brother, even though he doesn't say that. It's very obvious as soon as he shows up.
Yes.
They show up in Anteku, and in episode 10, we see a bunch of CCG dudes getting super fucked up in a very Elfen Lied-esque scene, and we learn that there's this group of ghouls called the Tree of Augiri, led by the One-Eyed King, which is what I call my dick.
There you go.
Okay.
My dick. The One-Eyed King, baby. Let me show you my One-Eyed King.
Ew, fucking gross. Get out of my apartment. What are you doing here?
This is my apartment, and that means I get to show you my One-Eyed King.
Googling One-Eyed King.
You're just going to get Tokyo Ghoul.
And unfortunately.
Bummer. So this really angry guy named Banjo
yes.
Visits the coffee shop with all of his gas mask friends. And he seems threatening at first, but within 2 minutes you see he's just like a big doofus. But he's just looking for Rize because he likes her. And main character accidentally knocks him out. But Banjo warns about Augiri. And immediately Toka's brother shows up. And also Jason shows up. Fingers guy, he's there.
The gang's all here,
and
baby.
It's like, here's here. What's going to happen? And then we just cut to crazy pickpocket. I thought it was a girl at first. It's a guy. Just kind of hopping around town.
Really was hoping that was a girl.
It's a girl.
Boy, I was really... Nope. Sorry, David. I hate to burst your bubble there.
The show's just fucking with you.
Oh, the show's fucking with me.
It's a girl voiceover.
You know better than the show, David.
I know I'm not supposed to assume the gender, but...
Oh, it's good of you to keep that in check. I appreciate you at least throwing that out there.
It's a girl.
Well, let's see. You're
not supposed to assume the gender, but you are supposed to go with whatever gender pronouns the show gives you, which are male. So even following that logic is wrong.
I mean, the subs are male, use male, but Japanese don't got that, so I guess it could be ambiguous. I don't know.
They show in his documents from the police that he is a male.
Oh, right. I do remember that now. Does it say M?
Oh.
This is sex M or something, right?
Male.
Yeah. So he's about, even while I was watching this, I was noticing, boy, this is real dense. There's a lot going on. So pickpocket crazy is there's this one CCG guy with a soul patch, and that's apparently his underling, fucking Padawan, whatever. Mm-hmm. And apprentice. He barges into this CCG emergency meeting, to everyone's surprise. And then back to Jason. Jason has this ultra flamboyant like twink guy who just kind of stands behind him saying gay shit that we never see again.
It's so strange. It's so strange.
We never see him again. He's just there.
Who is this person?
I don't know.
Why do they look so ultra feminine?
Yeah, it's just this super, super gay dude, as if Gourmet wasn't already like kind of on the edge.
Interesting.
This is over the top. We got makeup and shit going on.
And he's just like, "Oh, Jason, you're so amazing!" And then Jason like beats the shit out of him. He's like, "Oh yes, that's amazing."
Like, did I miss the part where we talked about Kaneki getting the absolute fuck beaten out of him for like a solid 3 minutes?
Oh my god!
He literally picks him up by the head and smashes him constantly for like 3 minutes straight.
It's awesome. It's so good.
I have written down he beats the shit out of Kaneki for a truly ludicrous amount of time.
The entire time I'm like, man, this is what I do to Ethan every time we play Smash.
Oh shit!
That's it. Maybe in 64. Okay. Anyway, that sequence is so fucking funny. I was dying. Crying,
It's
laughing.
like it's like the kind of thing where you're watching it. And you reach the point where you're like, okay, I get it. This is supposed to be ridiculous. That's why it's gone on for too long. And then you go through another stage of that where you're like, okay, all right, I get it. And then it's like, it just keeps going.
Yeah.
And he's just screaming. And then he kidnaps him. And everyone decides they got to rescue him. Time to rescue Kaneki. And, hey, Gourmet joins the good guys. Because he's too silly to be a bad guy forever, you know. And he's saying funny phrases in English, because that's what you get Mamoru Miyano for. Mm-hmm. Was Banjo even a ghoul?
Banjo?
Who is he?
I think he's a ghoul. Because,
What's his affiliation?
He ends up going with Antiku. I don't know.
All right. They don't really explain that.
Falls into the fold. Yeah, things get a little bit scattered.
Yeah. Well, yeah, speaking of things getting scattered, episode 11, I've written, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
Because this first scene
we're full-blown raid mode.
The first scene is like some guy fighting some other guy that we don't know. I don't know. Then they play the opening, and now we're back. Main character has been kidnapped. He's in this room. He's getting tortured. The last 2 episodes are just this guy getting tortured, basically. Why is he getting tortured? By the way,
this is such a, like, this show's already it's been pretty violent up to this point and a little bit it's definitely been gratuitous, but this is I would say not in line with the show so far. Like, I think this is like a much darker, edgier overall thing. Like 2 episodes of torture is gratuitous even for this.
Yeah, but I mean, I know that's the point, because this is like the climax of like his character. Because he literally changes character. So I get that
we're on the 11th and 12th episode, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. It was unenjoyable. The last episode, Ethan and I were constantly guessing when the opening was going to be. Every minute or two, we were just like, opening, as if the opening was gonna happen. Never happened until finally 16 minutes in, they played the opening song while
they pop it
Take was killing him.
That's cool, man. That's anime, bro. That's what you do during the climactic battle. Yeah, but just in episode 11, like, suddenly Banjo is just like in this facility with him. I don't know how he got in. Jason puts a millipede in his butt, I think. There's a firefight. CCG has this, they're having this big standoff. They're raiding this huge ghoul facility. This huge building with like 500
You don't know
ghouls.
how he's being tortured. You're watching the entire episode.
Yeah,
the
they
entire
don't show.
episode is like, hey, like, I'm counting down from this number. Oh, you're hurting me. And it's like, you don't know how he's hurting him. You don't know where he puts the centipede. It's
because it's on TV, so they can't like show it. And he's using these pliers, these wire cutter mechanisms in some way. We have no idea how. I actually don't know how. Is he pulling teeth? I really don't know.
It ends up being revealed that he's cutting off digits,
yes,
like his fingers.
But they grow back.
Episode, they explain everything, but it's like, why didn't they just explain that during the last episode, and then like add more during the last episode? It really
and like
the anime really turned to shit in the last like half of the show. Like the first half of the show was really enjoying it, and then it just turned really terribly.
I do like the sequence where the not girl explodes the motorcycle and does an absolutely absurd over the top.
Fuck? This is supposed to be the dramatic climax where all of the CCG guys are like basically going to war in Tokyo against this ghoul guild, and there's this huge firefight, and Soul Patch's androgynous like twink partner has a comedic bike jump sequence, complete with like the CCG chief stammering for approximately 15 seconds. There's just a comedic shot of him going my bike for a ludicrous amount of time.
The show is undercutting we have the most dramatic thing that's happened to our main character throughout the entire show occurring in these last 2 episodes. Maybe we should introduce like 14 characters and really just undercut everything that's going on and make it as confusing as possible.
And a problem with tone, as usual.
Of course.
Tone consistency. But yeah, Clark is fighting Toka briefly, and then he fights a couple of guys we don't know, and he beats them because he uses Sensei's special Kinkei. But CCG is generally getting fucked up by all these ghouls. And then they reach the roof, and we get introduced to Big Bad, who is the one-eyed moth. He shows up, and it's a big deal. Too bad we don't see him do anything, because it's time for episode 12, which is basically...
we also get stuff with Toka and her brother, and we also won't see anything from them either.
Yes, that's not in the first season. They have a confrontation that is not resolved in the first season.
Yes.
Whoops. I mean, that's kind of on us. Maybe when this first one was airing, it was probably like a split core, like the second season probably aired one season after the one after this,
Well, David will be able to tell us all about it when he watches the second season.
Yeah, we should have instead of David's Evangelion corner, let's have David's Tokyo Ghoul corner.
Yep.
But episode 12, which at least resolves one plot point, is we see a flashback of Jason. Jason got his personality by being tortured himself. So that's when I started thinking, okay, maybe main character's going to get his white-haired self that we've seen in the opening and all this other stuff by also being tortured. I still don't know why they're torturing him. Did you guys figure that out?
It's part of his...
Funsies.
Jason is fucked up and is exacting the torture that he himself suffered.
But why him?
Upon Kaneki. Just, he does it to all his victims. He just picked him as his next one.
Okay.
I think he liked the smell. It reminded him of Rize or something.
Sure.
You wanted to fuck with Rize.
Yeah, and this is all introspection stuff. Main character is talking to Rize. His parents are dead. Did you know that? Jason finally gives him like an ultimatum by threatening these 2 people that we don't know. And then there's like 10 minutes of shaky cam and crazy piano. And he kills these 2 people in front of MC. I mean, this last one, like, it's trying at least. Like, it's trying to be hard.
It felt like totally... there was the lack of setup for what we're experiencing makes it very difficult.
A little bit.
Even give it that much.
I mean, it feels
like a Band-Aid.
It was traumatic, but like more in just sort of an overstimulating way than in like an emotional way. But Rize keeps talking to him. She tells him, "You gotta get mean. You gotta get angry.
You gotta be a bad boy."
And then total Deadly Premonition ripoff. His hair turns white. Jason, I thought this was Jason's plan. Like he's gonna make him like him by doing the same thing to him and torturing him. But he doesn't even seem to notice the hair, and he seems surprised when he breaks out of the chains and gets all strong and stuff. So I don't know why he didn't see that one coming. But the hair just kind of makes him emo.
Like,
yeah,
he doesn't even look at him. Like he literally changes his hair color, and Jason just continues on. Like doesn't.
Maybe
say
is that supposed to be sort of a like only we the viewer see that sort of thing? I don't know.
I can't imagine.
I have no idea. But yeah, he turns very very self-serious. His fighting style / movements, I don't know why they reminded me of like L so much. He becomes very wild, like very limb flailing.
The only thing that reminded me of Death Note this anime was that the main character of Moda died, and then that transvestite person replaced the
a protege,
like sort of, kind of, yeah, maybe. I can see that. So yeah, and Jason seems surprised by this. I guess that wasn't his plan. They have a big fight. MC now does the finger cracking thing too, and then he eats him. He does. Oh, yeah. He pins him down. He starts to torture him, and then he eats him, and then it ends with a swallow noise.
This one not hot.
No, not at all, because it's dudes, because it's fellas.
No, that was hot.
That's gross.
It was hot.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. All right, throw one to David, I guess.
I don't like that very much.
That's the end of the first season of Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, we just kind of watched that one.
Woo, 10 out of 10.
Okay, why do people like this? Why?
Let's check myanimelist.com.
This is an 8, apparently, according to Mel, which is like not the highest effort, but that's still liked. It's liked. At the minimum, it's enjoyed.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, the reviews on My Anime List are a lot of 5s and 4s, so I guess the people rating it. Okay, here's an 8. Those words. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. What the hell are you talking about? No long reviews that take all our goddamn time. Those words hit my head when I started this anime. What? He quotes Jerome K. Jerome. Who was that? That's a real writer. Okay.
This dude doesn't seem to have such a great grasp of the English language, so...
Did you ever think you will be rooting for man-eaters in an anime? If no, then Tokyo Ghoul is here to disprove you.
Oh my lord.
Tokyo Ghoul is one of the best anime this season and is sure to keep you on your toes. With its darkness and gore most likely to attract gore fans...
Yeah.
But it can be equally enjoyed by anyone. Okay, so the gore is one reason for sure.
Okay.
5571. 4574. Wow. The silent majority.
There you go.
I
don't really... the thing is, I didn't hate this. Like, there was never a moment in the show where I was actively, disliking it.
What I expected was something without a lot of depth that was extremely entertaining and well-paced. And it's watchable. But it's...
I wouldn't even give it, I didn't even assume it was going to be well-paced or anything. I'm like, this is going to be appeal to a specific audience that I obviously am not.
Yeah.
But, I knew pretty quickly exactly what it was, and I found it to be, just pleasant to watch the entire time, because I wasn't expecting anything of quality, and all the surprises were enough to keep me into it. Whenever it would reach a new low, I'm like, yeah, alright, you did it, Tokyo Ghoul. You found a new thing to crash through. And the confusing stuff just kind of added to my enjoyment of it, honestly.
It seems like they skipped over some stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely.
As a non-manga reader of the original Tokyo Ghoul, I am going to base my review purely on this animated title. I feel that this show has a brilliant array of aspects to it.
Array.
The combat is very gripping and intense. There is violence, a significant amount of it, which heightens the viewer's engagement with the situation. Generally, I'd say that these 12 episodes are very emotive and dramatic, which is shown very cleverly as becomes more obvious towards the end. Dipping into this...
Are these non-native English speakers?
Dude, I've seen native English speakers that definitely write this poorly. There's no way to know. Dipping into the story for the first time is a bit of a shocker and a lot to take in, but throughout the anime will give you a great slice of life experience from the perspective of the main character who grows to understand more about himself as the show persists. The setup is oriented about the friction between humans and a race of humanoid-like beings, ghouls, and this friction is described and felt so vividly at times, which I greatly credit the show for.
It's not about the friction. It's not about friction. Friction would be like one moves in next door and you don't want them there. Yeah, this is not what
conflict.
Friction is.
Yeah, I don't know. Tokyo Ghoul is another fine example that animes are not for kids. The anime... I love the people, like a good chunk of anime fans, their enjoyment is based entirely on how not for kids it is, so they can prove how mature they are.
This
is an entire sentence. The anime thrills you. They start with huge bang and ends with even bigger bang.
That sounds like a review of like a Bollywood film on IMDb.
Yeah. This is a Three Idiots review. The last episode leaves you begging for more. They lost momentum somewhere in between, but it's completely fine. They made up for it with last episode that makes us scream with bleep being tortured. He's censored himself. Question the world as blank speaks and make you, letter U, jump along with the action sequence. Okay, well, he has some flaws here. He rated it an 8, but he has some flaws. Despite the epicness I have mentioned, there are some loopholes as well. If you haven't read the manga, then it's fine, but if you have, then you will be left disappointed as lots of scenes are skipped.
Oh my gosh, explaining
kidding.
The nature of adapting.
The anime are definitely not for kids, and yet they are censoring every blood scene as it's going to affect some adult minds.
You know, my favorite part of Roger Ebert's reviews is when he would break up the different aspects of a film. It's like, oh, sound, 4 stars. The sound is super good.
GameSpot, yeah.
Yeah.
All scenes are skipped. Pace is too fast. Leave you with incomplete story. Here's another 8. Tokyo Ghoul is directed by Shuhei Morita, which is based on a manga by Sue Ishida. Story 8. Blah, blah, blah. Sound 8. He does this guy actually literally breaks it all out. Character 7. Toka is a badass and she always has a mean attitude, just like Revi from Black Lagoon.
Just like her.
Shu is cunning and calm, just like Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. Mamoru Miyano did a great job in making this character cunning. You agree with that? That's gourmet.
Okay, so I got a review here. This is broken up, obviously, by category. This is the review of the art. Really good art, although there are some mistakes. And then parentheses, well, nobody is perfect.
Here's a 10 out of 10. The first 10 out of 10 I've seen from Jedman. Okay, I had to write this review as all I saw on this page was a load of reviews with really low scores, which is bizarre, as this anime is actually really good. Some people claim that this anime is a bad adaptation of the manga, which I completely disagree with. While this is not a perfect adaptation and some scenes have been changed around, I do not think this makes the anime bad in any way. It is more like a slightly different take on the story, which is still very good in its own right. The anime kept me on the edge of my seat and was very addictive, and I couldn't wait for the next episode. The main themes of humans and ghouls trying to coexist and the complications emerging from this were well explored in the story and character interactions. Okay. Oh boy. This is probably the bloodiest anime I've seen, and the attention detail in the fight scenes and blood and gore really was spectacular.
Okay, so I don't agree. I disagree.
I'm trying to think of a really gory show that like really impressed me. Like I would rather watch Attack on Titan than this, really.
Than this?
I think so.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god.
That's pretty gory. Yeah.
Not even in the same. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't dislike watching it. Is the thing. It left me kind of confused, honestly. I had fun. But it's pretty terrible.
It's definitely not boring. And that's good, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, people talk about the art. The art's just pretty standard.
Super. I mean, look at Clark.
It's not animated badly. This is Pierrot, by the way. I think I forgot to mention that.
Yeah. What do you think, David?
Art's fine. Show's fine. I kind of want to see the second season to see actually what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what happens. I wonder how much his character changes. Yeah, let us know, David.
See how damaged he is.
Will do. I doubt I'm actually going to watch the show, but fuck
how
it.
Twisted he becomes.
All right.
Well, we did it.
Wow. That was a fucking... I mean, god damn.
I tried to go as fast as I could, but man, this is another 2 hour.
Jesus.
It was pretty chaotic.
I mean, I mean, I've said we had some train wreck episodes in the past, but like,
is it a good train wreck at least?
It remains to be seen. It was, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Once we started introducing other people into this, I was like, oh fuck!
Just
I don't know
just like the show.
Back on the rails.
More new characters.
I got too drunk for this.
Yeah,
I think you did a great job, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Nice Twitter, dude. You should really just reactivate that Twitter and like start going crazy with it.
Will do.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna stop my recording.
Oh, well, no, we had a joke at the end here.
Didn't we make the joke?
What was that?
The entire episode.
Ah!